How's it going, guys? It is John, bringing you another edition of the Team Gradelock Standard Market Watch. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there are a lot of people who are hyped about the newest Clan Selection Volume 1 that is going to be coming out for the TCG literally tomorrow at the time of this recording. We have got pre-orders going crazy. We have got buyouts going crazy for certain cards. It is absolutely insane right now for the standard market. Of course, is it just hype prices? Maybe. But as it stands right now, there are a lot of interesting things that are happening on the market that we, of course, would like to discuss with you guys. Now, before I go any further, I will like to say that if you do like this style of content, please know that every Wednesday will be our premium market watches and every Thursday will be our standard market watches. So if you like this style of content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our videos. And we will be trying to bring out more content like this for you in the future. But without further ado, let us go ahead and jump right into this edition of the Team Gradelock Standard Market Watch to see which cards are money, which cards are minus, and which cards are plus. Alright guys, so let us get right into it. So, of course, when we're looking at the overall highest value for your cards here, you're going to be wanting to look for, of course, the SPs for this set. The most expensive SP currently being Star Vader Chaos Breaker Dragon, and the most inexpensive SP, as I can currently see, actually is the, am I reading that right? Is the Angel Feather one? Oh, wow, that's crazy. I would have thought it actually would have been the Blood over here, considering that I personally, it's my personal belief, right? Don't get me wrong, this is an amazing card, it's very strong, but I personally think when it comes to standard Narukami's, I do think that Vanquisher is still the superior build. Current listing for this card goes for $34.99, projection rate $40. I personally see this as a card that's going to be going down in value, so if you are a Vermilion crazy fan like me, Kai fans out there, I would recommend to actually hold off when it comes to buying this particular one. Now, when it comes to the triple rares in general, of course, you know, if Star Vader Chaos Breaker Dragon is going to be the most expensive SP, then the triple rare version will be the most expensive triple rare. And then what's surprising, actually, is that, well, maybe it's not, actually. You see that both the Grade 1 and the Grade 2, respectively, are going to be the two second highest triple rares, following Spectral Duke Dragon at around $10.92. Now, keep in mind, guys, that all of this at the current moment is just hype prices. I do see this going down eventually. It'll just take some time, possibly within the weekend, but we'll have to see. Now, I do want to point out there are a couple of cards here that I think are worth looking into, and one of those in particular are going to be actually these two over here. Now, I personally see Gear Chronicle coming out of this very strong, right? Lost Gear Dark Dog 8 as well as Interdimensional Dragon Time Leaper Dragon are both very strong cards for the Time Leap strategy for Gear Chronicle and Standard. So these are some pretty primo cards, I would say, to worth investing into if you're talking about a long-term investment. Of course, you know, anything here is going to be obviously an easy flip and sell when it comes to new product. One other card I would like to discuss with you guys over here is going to be this one over here, Maiden of Stand Peony. Now, I personally think that as a Neo Nectar player, right, you're going to want to have as much value with your tokens as possible, and this is a card that helps with that. It helps facilitate more board presence, and it helps power up your tokens. It is a very powerful deck, too, so don't take it for granted. It's a card that I think will have some long-ish term investment if you buy into it at an early stage. Currently, I mean, it's only at $3, and it's probably going to be going down. Definitely. So anyway, those are just a couple of cards. Of course, keep in mind, it's all pre-orders, so just take everything with a grain of salt. Okay, guys, so let us talk about reprints. So it goes without saying that with Clan Selection Volume 1 coming out, there is going to be a lot of key staple cards that are going to be reprinted for each respective clan. Now, that being, keep in mind that it's most likely going to have a hit when it comes to the other cards, the original versions of them, to be more specific. One of them over here is one to discuss called Aroid Zane. Now, at the time of this recording, you can see that the lowest listing on the market goes for around $7, market price going around $8. However, the reprint, guys, is going to be currently at hype price, 50 cents, $1.50. So, when it comes to stuff like this, this is going to be stuff that you might want to try and get rid of sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you're probably going to be taking a big hit. Another card to keep in mind, of course, is going to be something like this, right? Greed Shade. Of course, the SP version is going to be holding. I mean, if you have SPs that don't have reprints that are always going to have amazing value, especially in the future. But you can see here that already, look, there are 2 reprints for this card. We had one in Festival Collection, and we have the triple rare version. Now, currently, you can see that the Festival Collection is actually the most expensive version, which is kind of crazy. I think it's just a normal rarity. It doesn't even have a triple rare foiling, which is kind of weird. And it's the most expensive version, going for $9, and then you have the Greed Shade over here, original printing, going for $8, respectively. However, the reprint version, hype price, $1.48 plus 78, so that's $2.50 for the reprint, guys. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this one has a triple rare foiling, so if you want more bling bling and you don't want to pay the full price, then you probably want to go for something like this. And this is just hype price, guys. The full set's not even out yet. A lot of people don't even have their listings up. So when it comes to cards like this, that's absolutely insane. Another card right here, we're talking about Granblue, right? Dragon Undead Skull Dragon. Now, this, of course, is going to be a major staple card when it comes to Granblue. The double rare version currently it only has 1 printing, but at the time of Clan Selection coming out, it'll have 2. It has $3.23 for the lowest listing with 78 cents, so that's going to be roughly around $4. And then the reprint version, hype price, $1.68, $1.50. Like, absolutely insane, guys. If you're holding on to these sorts of staple cards, I would recommend to let them go, liquidate them. Now is the time to sell, folks. You do not want to be taking a loss on these cards. This is another one here. Prime example, Stealth Millipede, okay? This came out as a reprint. It is a very good card for Mega Colony. Is it needed as a 4 of? I don't think so. I think you can probably get away as a 2 or a 3 of for this particular card. But look at this, guys. The promo version of this card is currently going for $13 on the market, but the reprint version over here, hype price is $1.50. Like, if you are holding on to this card, there must be a good reason that you are holding on to it. Otherwise, you're going to be taking a major loss when this thing is about to be coming out at barely not even 1/6 of its worth. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, guys, Clan Selection, reprints, liquidate them now. Okay, guys, so next I want to talk about a couple of cards that I personally think are being affected in terms of the secondary market because of Clan Selection. One of the cards being this one over here, Osmanthus Maiden Anelma. Now, this particular card I think is actually very strong when it comes to the new token strategy for the new Grade 3 for Clan Selection, and you can already see that there are a lot of people that have the same mindset over here. So, lowest listing at the current moment is $2.49. 78 cents shipping, so right around $3.50. You can see here that there are only 10 listings on the market. And with this one listing over here gone, then we're talking about $3, $3.50, $4, slowly rising up to a $5, $6, potentially a $7 card. This is a very strong card for the Neonectar's token strategy, and it is something to consider when it comes to an investment. Moving right along, we have Chrono Dragon Next Stage. So this guy over here is, of course, a very key card when it comes to the Gear Chronicle strategy, and the new cards help even further. So, lowest listing currently at the moment is $12.99, with there being only 16 listings on the market, guys. So this guy is slowly leaving. So this is something to consider holding on to if you have any copies, or buying them now if you need to. You can see here that lowest listing is $12.99, but then after that you can see $14, and it's slowly trickling after these 4 listings over here, going to a $19 card, potentially breaking the $20 barrier. So these are types of cards that you want to look into, guys. Anything that you see has potential value in terms of the new stuff that is old stuff, then that's something to consider as an investment, or it's something to consider to buy now before it shoots to the moon, as Henry would say. My, oh my, have the mighty have fallen. So, let us talk about this card over here, guys. Colorful Pastoral Cannon. Now, if you remember Henry's Market Watch, I believe it was a few weeks ago, I believe at the time of the Twinkle Melody release, this card over here was reaching around $10 to $11. Now, of course, because of the Bermuda Drought, the overall superiority of the clan selections that are coming out, and of course, I mean, in my personal opinion, the powerful Melody strategy being kind of outclassed by some other strategies from the set, this card has once again fell down to $3, $4 considering shipping, 15 listings on the market, guys. So this girl has gone back down in price. If you have any copies of these, get rid of them. I personally don't think it's a wise investment. However, if you want to hold on to them, just know that it is a good card for the Melody strategy. However, I don't see it being a good card for any strategy further than that. Okay, guys, so steering away from all of that, of course, there are a few other things I'd like to talk about. One thing in particular, actually, I want to talk about here is quick shields. So, I mean, when it comes to overdress in general, right, I don't think we have anything when it comes to news when it comes to these guys. However, something to keep in mind is that does not mean that these things do not have value. There are certain variations of the quick shield that are actually being bought off the market currently. So one in particular, right, we have Link Joker over here. 8 listings currently on the market, $29.53. I see this guy slowly going up in price. I believe a few weeks ago it was circling around $20. Now it's going over here to $30. It's something to keep in mind for people who like collecting these sort of things. Look at this over here. 1 listing for the quick shield for Angel Feather, guys. $28 for this. You know, people still value their quick shields for collecting purposes, of course. I mean, when it comes to it, it's just a generic card. But if you like to bling out your deck, this is definitely something to keep your eye on. And of course, if we're still talking about standard format, we have to talk about imaginary gifts. So you can currently see that now is actually a very, very good time to buy some of these imaginary gifts. Not so much maybe the Excel 2s, the Force 2s, and the Protect 2s, but some of the old school cards are actually looking really nice currently. So, you know, actually, I'd said Excel 2s, but let's look at this one over here. Imaginary Gift Excel 2 for the Miwa version. So the market price currently had it for $85. However, there's currently $68. It is going down. It is something to probably want to scoop up if you are a fan of Miwa or just like Excel in general. Another one to take a look at over here. Look at this. The Imaginary Gift for Blaster Blade, guys. The hot stamp version. $40.98 currently on the market. Normal price going for around $77.43. And look at this, 10 listings on the market, guys. And it's a slow trickle. You have a couple, 40s, 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 and then it slowly trickles up to around 43, 45, and then 48 back to 50, and then after that, around $90. So that is a very good one to look at as well. Let's keep going. Look at this one over here, guys. The Force 2 for Aichi. Oh my goodness. $50 for the normal price, but look, low listing over here, $33.50 on the market, only 7 listings, and it slowly trickles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listings before it goes back up to around $70. So that is another good one to take a look at if you guys are interested in collecting these sorts of things. Always try to keep your eyes open when it comes to this. Oh, this one over here, guys. This is another good one. So let us talk about this one over here. Now, this was a very hard force marker to get. It is a tournament foil for the Imaginary Gift Force 2. The projected price was $52.52, but now we have here a near mint version, $25. And you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 listings, all at around $25, $28. Respectively, and then slowly trickles up to $90. So guys, keep your eyes on these things. These are some incredible cards in terms of collecting purposes, and of course, if you're a standard player, imaginary gifts are a good investment. And of course, one of the last things I would like to talk to you guys about today is there are some listings currently on Amiami, if you guys are interested in this sort of thing, that I find actually very interesting. So, of course they have the pre-orders for some of the sleeves that are coming out. You have the Dauntless, you have the Ashley. I think these orders are actually closed. If you like, the little trinkets in the terms of collector's values for some of these cards, there are currently some really nice keychains that I think will have some value over here. I believe these are the Alice version of the characters over here. So you've got over here Misaki, Aichi, Miwa, Emi, Ren, Kai, and Korin, all in a kind of like Alice in Wonderland type of style. So that's very nice. That's obviously a very nice collectible if you guys are into that sort of thing. But what caught my eye was this over here. So Amiami already has the pre-orders up for both the boxes and the trial decks for Volume 1 of Token Rambu. And what is surprising about this, guys, is that you currently see that the pre-order price for this is going to be 1,400 yen. Meaning that, I mean, I guess it also goes without saying, right? We were expecting that the first 5 trial decks were, of course, going to be only $4 to $5. However, after that, it looks like they're going back up to their normal prices before it comes to, the releases of other cards in terms of trial decks. So now it's back up to $15. Will that mean that we'll be getting more trial decks in the future kind of like this? Honestly, yes. I mean, if it were me, right? I think there's 2 other characters from Overdress that haven't been announced yet when it comes to them having a deck. I believe they'll more than likely have it in terms of a box release. But if they are going to be having a trial deck, then I will most likely put my money on the fact that it's going to be around $15. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy them. Of course, they're going to have amazing value. It just means that they're probably going to have more powerful effects. It normally goes without saying that something that has more value will have, better return in the future. So keep that sort of stuff in mind, guys. Okay, and with that, guys, that is going to do it for this week's iteration of our standard market watch. Overall, I would say clan selection is looking really hype right now when it comes to the TCG. Will that last for the foreseeable future? I'm not sure. Of course, we're going to have Clan Selection Volume 2 right around the corner after that, and as soon as that happens, we're going to be having the Overdress happen. So, I would say if you are a vendor, now would be a pretty good time to try and liquidate what you have, and maybe keep a few things on the side for future investments. However, as it stands right now, guys, this set is looking pretty... what's the word? Yeah, spicy. So, with that, guys, I'm going to be signing out. I am the Mama John of Team Gradelock. Hope you guys enjoyed this market watch, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces!